through that shield. However, there is the Hank shield still. Choose to go back in on Thanks. Thanks is getting low. Almost out of Hank shields as well. Is it enough time to bring up that personal shield? Orbital Barrage being thrown to save the assault. Everything's on the save. Thanks is getting so low. Here comes the last bit of shield. Heavy comes in and finishes up Hanks.
Now, at this point, he can try to finish off the assault, but that's probably not a good idea considering the assault would have his personal shield online. We got Hank shielding him, we got Kyra healing him. He's going to take that free down penalty and leave. That was pretty much a free down penalty. He took no health damage. They got about half of his armor right there, and no threat of any further damage since the dome is on cooldown. So he's actually just going to take that down penalty on the assault and dip out. That's actually not such a bad plan. I don't think he would have been able to focus down the assault. The sustain of the team was still there anyway. We had Hank and Kyra still up. So if he tried to focus down Hank or Kyra in the meantime, the assault may have gotten up and he may have taken some permanent health damage for no further down penalties. And he couldn't eliminate the assault and send him back to the dropship. So that is going to look like a stage 3 fresh. Full armor.
He'll be freshly stage 3 in just a moment.
Yep. He is ready to evolve. Now the thing is, he might want to try to force a fight, get the dome on cooldown, and then go try to hit stage 3.
I think that's what he's looking at right now. He's looking to measure what exact distance he's going at. But now he notices that they're still exceptionally far away, and they're trying to locate him. And so he's going to go through the raceway to get some additional space.
Oh, actually, he's just trying to take the stage right here. Nope, that was a fake right there. He's actually just going to back out. Try to bait the hunters, make them use their jetpack dashes, deplete their jetpack, but not actually evolve so the hunters can't do damage to him in that close, tight area. That's actually not such a bad spot to evolve because you can force a loop with a pillar right next to you, and there's quite a bit of elevation that the hunters will have to use to get up to the monster. Jetpack gone, and mitigation is a lot easier. Yeah, Fresh going over here past the helipad.
Yeah, he's going to be evolving.
Maybe he'll evolve there. Yep, he's evolving near the cave, not inside of it, but just right outside of it, behind the tree, while inside of a bush. And at this point, the hunters have a choice. Are they going to continue to chase and try to get Fresh with his small 20% armor, or are they going to set up at the relay? The thing is, no one on this team has anything to set up at the relay. No mines, no gold mines especially. Those are actually banned right now in TGL. No harpoons, so they could chase if they want.
I think right now we're actually looking at, I just realized this right now, I think Tripaseca is actually our first Brazilian player in Evolve.
Really?
Yeah, I think he's actually our first Brazilian player to play in competitive Evolve. Just a side tidbit while we're waiting on the relay fight. That's actually pretty cool.
I did not even know that this game was released in Brazil, but that would kind of make sense. Release the game more places, make more money, right?
Yeah, so it's nice to see that we are getting more players into this game. And Tripaseca, of course, we're going to be playing Jack, of course.
Players. International players.
Yeah. So this is all over the place.
And it looks like he's just trying to...
He's just taking a look.
He's a pro trader.
He's just trying to get a gauge of where they are. As they're coming through, they are starting the pot shots. Here comes the abduct going in, doesn't quite connect, just barely short on Rusty. Tripaseca right behind him, ready to help him out if need be. As we got ourselves Thanks on the low ground, ready to go. Decoy is going to be used to try and poke. But just before, just because we didn't mention it, we have a 3-point Warblast, 1-point Abduct, 2-point Decoy, and 3-point Supernova. Ready to brawl, ready to fight. So he's going in. Here he goes, initiating on Rusty, going straight for Hank. Wants to get rid of those shields as soon as possible. Supernova being used. Repulsor Beam coming out of Tripaseca. Going to be trying to keep Rusty alive. Rusty's on the run. He's getting low, down to 1 HP, barely staying up. Yance going in for the heals quick. Here goes the Orbital Barrage. Orbital's being thrown, but the Repulsor Beam's going to stop all the abducts and everything that they're trying to do to keep him alive. Rusty's getting healed up by Yance, which does reveal his position, means he's going to get warp blasted in the face. Goes in for the grab, unable to get it, using these pillars as much as he can. Rock of Life coming in.
Here. Just dodging around. Hank is actually looking okay right now. Kyra got grabbed right there, and the shields are going out on Hank. That warp blast doesn't connect on anyone right there. Supernova going out, and Hank is going to need to jump out of there. The orbital already came down, so no chance to commit him on that orbital, and the monster was captured right there. Fresh, extremely low on armor. It's about to break, and they could get some permanent health damage in this dome. Very interesting dome right here. I don't think they caught the pipes. They had to run Jack forward just a little bit because he did throw that dome kind of late as the trapper.
They still have the Rock of Life, though. So
the Rock of Life is still there.
So they are good in that regard. Fresh is right now having to go on the high ground to try and get an advantageous position because Thanks is in a great position on the low ground trying to lock him down. They know he's back there. They know exactly where he's going. They see the decoy coming out, waiting for it even, just to make sure that they are poking at him, getting fresh, and they're starting on the health damage now. Here it comes. The Duck going and connects on Thanks, looking to see what he can get back here behind this ledge that he's broken line of sight. Gets Thanks down low, but he pops his personal shield to keep himself alive just to make sure, and he's going to go back and get a quick heal from Jans. However, that does mean that Rusty's going to have to be in the perfect spot to grab Thanks and make sure he gets healed. Using the rocks. First we see the hunters using the rocks, now we see the monster using the rocks. You can tell exactly who's hunted and who's being hunted. Who's the hunter and who's being hunted.
Oh yeah, these rocks, of course, great ways to mitigate damage, kite the other team around. And it looks like we finally got some health damage on Fresh. Not that much, actually. That was a full 60-second dome with less than a bar of armor left. And he actually mitigated pretty well. They didn't even take, actually, a bar of health. So Fresh is actually still going to be looking fresh going into this next dome. He isn't going to really be set back that much by losing that small
that hurt.
Trip. Yeah, he did take down all 3 mammoth birds, but I think he got shocked by all 3 of them at the same time as well.
Yep, almost took down all his armor doing it. Oh, man. I've never been so scared in my life.
Not
I
healthy.
walked in and saw 6 mammoth birds once. I just about, shot myself.
That is absolutely terrifying. Have you played on aviary with aggressive wildlife?
Oh, man.
They'll chase you across the map.
Yeah, they're like, nope.
Packs.
Oh, man, and you get caught in those corridors. This is death. But we are looking at him going in now. We have Tripaseka on the high ground, starting with the pistol damage, looking to get those strafing. Everything's being shot now at this rock. Too bad the laser cutter can't cut through the rock there. Trying to get the damage. There comes the abduct going straight for Jans, but it gets blocked by the pole. So
Fresh, using all of his traversal to try to reposition and find a new angle to engage these hunters. They are still trying to stick to the pipe Rock of Life area right around here. Always try to find a Rock of Life on every map, found one on Fusion Plant Distillery, although those are trees, actually. Rocks and trees. Can confirm, you heard it here first, are actually completely different things. Here's the decoy. This is how you use decoy right here to approach from a different angle while invisible. Unfortunately, those shields completely mitigated the Warp Blast and Abduct right there. Ooh, we are getting a couple combo hits right there from the Supernova. Hyde going in with that flamethrower, really punishing the monster right there. And the shields are getting low from Hank. Really, really aggroing on Kyra right now, but Kyra's got reload as well as capacity on Hank. Ooh.
Oh, the damage coming in.
Why? That was rude. That was just straight up disrespectful.
Rusty being rude and dropping orbitals from space all over the place on him. So
Kyra looking a but still not focused down.
Still
the assault. The abduct right there. Kyra at about less than half health, but the monster very, very quickly taking health damage right here. We see about 4 bars of health damage coming in right about now. That's half of his health, and he's got to get a down penalty. If he can somehow manage to down Kyra, that'll be it. And the shield just depleted. Kyra is finally down. He gave all his armor and 5 bars of health. Kyra right there, decoy going out. And if he can eliminate Kyra from the match, dip out, get some armor, come back, finish him off, that will be a solid W. The shield's coming out from Hank, though, trying to keep Kyra's down body up on the field. Don't want to send Kyra back to the dropship. Kyra goes to the dropship, and all these hunters are going into the dirt. Serious damage has been done to Jack and Hank right now. The shield going out on Kyra, just trying to keep her alive. Battle of attrition. Who's going to win? Oh, they actually might get the res.
Got her up. They got her up. Down he goes. Here comes him the Warp Blast, though. Janssen's back up and good to go. Tripaseka getting healed and shielded. Not quite enough to keep him alive, though, but they come in with the last-second clutch heal burst coming in from that revived Jans. Warp Blast being used. Fresh getting low. Down to about a bar. Trying to get everything he can. The shield's coming out of Hank, though, keeping Tripaseka up as he's going in. Trying to get the finish, but he's not able to get away in time, which means the Hunters take it to Fresh, slaying the Wraith, giving them a win, making it 1-0 in favor of LFC right now.
That's exactly how you play Jack right there. They managed to get that res because Jack would have repulsed the monster back behind that piece of cover while he was hiding, and that was extremely well played right there. Instead of Hyde going, that's a very hard decision to make. Are you going to try to DPS the monster down and take the win that way, or are you going to try to get Kyra back up on her feet? And Hyde was the one to get that res. Jack was able to keep Hyde safe while getting that res, and I'm not sure what Hank was doing, but he had no shields ready. Those shields unfortunately broke, and that caused the Kyra down. But Kyra tried her best to kite and keep herself alive. That's no fault of the Hunters, just the fact they were fighting a stage 3 monster that really committed on the medic right there. And that is a W in favor of LFC. Like you said, Seeds, and its current score is 1-0. That was the first match in the finals. Both of these teams will be in TGL. They will take the, I believe, 6th and 7th seeds. They are taking the 6th and 7th seeds. The winner is going to get the more favorable 6th seed, and the loser, the second place person, is going to take the 7th seed. While meanwhile, the losers bracket finals, the 3rd and 4th place teams, the winner of that will take the 8th seed, and the loser of that is not going to be in TGL and will not get their shot at the almost $2,000 prize pool. I believe it's at $1,800 right now, which is absolutely ridiculous. That's a serious amount of pocket change to earn for playing video games.
Yeah, no, it
All right,
comes down to that
next
clutch
matchup.
revive coming out, and that just able to bring up that medic, was able to secure them that win. Because of that, they were able to get up and get the heals out to keep Jack alive. Not only that, but also keep Hank alive. If that medic revive didn't happen and he re-engaged with such low health on the Hunter team, he would have won in that scenario. But because of the clutch pickup on the medic, it did actually secure that victory for them and push them forward with a 1-0 lead in favor of LFC.
Yeah, unfortunately, just let Kyra get up. Let Kyra get up, and that was the game right there. If you would have sent Kyra back to the dropship, there would have been a chance.
If Kyra dies, you
all
all
right,
die.
we're getting the next map. So, IC gets to pick the next map. IC's Monster Fresh just lost that round, and the loser of the first map, Orbital Drill, gets to pick the next map, including Orbital Drill. So if they want to replay on Orbital Drill, they are welcome to, although I don't think in TGL we have ever seen someone who lost on Orbital Drill say, let's do Orbital Drill again. So I think they might decide to change it up. LFC really making the upset right now, beating Fresh, really well-known Monster player. And I said the team to watch was going to be the team that LFC just eliminated in the semifinals. That was Dome Destroyers. LFC eliminated Dome Destroyers 3-0, and that was a huge upset. And now they're upsetting Inspector Cabot. LFC up 1-0. Inspector Cabot participating in ESL, really strong players. LFC just came out of nowhere and are bringing the pain.
Yeah, and they're not like as you were saying with Inspector Cabot. They've been around for a long time. They've had a lot of practice, and LFC coming out of nowhere with these plays and just showing that they can be a force to be reckoned with. Coming out of the community, going straight into TGL and going in with their fists swinging. So we'll have to see what they do. We might see Fresh as the monster for IC choose to change things up. He might not play Wraith this game because he did have a hard time up until Stage 3. However, he was able to get Stage 3 without losing any health, really. So that's a key thing to note.
Yeah, it should be noted that Fresh had only played Wraith that last round in TGL and was very successful with the Goliath and Bob earlier, actually. Kraken is being banned, but I'm sure Fresh can also play the Kraken. So with that in mind, Wraith didn't go so well for him. He could just switch up the monster and take it back in his favor. So it looks like the next map, ladies and gentlemen, will be a Wraith Trap as picked by IC, who did drop that last round. LFC does get to ban a monster, so if you guys are just joining, I'm sure you already know the TGL rule set, but if you're new, the TGL picks and bans are as follows. Monster ban, Hunter class, ban from that Hunter class, Hunter pick, repeat that, and then at the very end, you pick the monster after you see what Hunters you get to go up against, with the exception of the one monster that was initially banned.
Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see how they change that up and how they vary it. We are looking at the next map being Wraith Trap, which is of course an interesting choice because they're looking to get more. They're looking to get something similar to Orbital Drill because they felt that that worked in their favor. The long sight lines, however, Wraith Trap is a lot more flat. It's a lot more like scopes. You get like a little dip and then you go up forward. It's like smoother transitions between high and low grounds as opposed to Orbital Drill where it's up and down all over the place with a general flat line. So there's a lot of terrain obstacles on Orbital Drill as opposed to Wraith Trap where it's just slight changes in elevation depending on what area you're in and it moves transitions a lot more smoothly. So it'll be interesting to see how that impacts the Hunter's movement throughout the map, and I think they're feeling quite confident with their performance on that, especially with the Stage 3 relay fight going against the Wraith in the previous game. First ban, of course, is actually going to be Kraken right off the get-go, so they don't want to see any of that, and they're going into this saying, nope, we're just not going to deal with Kraken. That's our game plan. No matter what we see, we don't want to see Kraken. Crack-a-lackin'.
All right, yeah, we do have Kraken banned. Kraken, I think, has a 100% ban rate today. Then moving into the Hunters phase of the picks and bans, Medic has been called first. Val has been banned. Surprise, surprise, I believe Val has had a 100% ban rate today. And I think, unless they could pull out a Laz Cabot or a Laz Bucket, they're probably going to go Kyra. The pick is going to be, I doubt it's going to be Laz. So,
And Val,
if it's
with
Laz,
Val banned, it's probably going to be Rogue Val or Kyra, I'd say.
Kyra, yeah. Oh, yeah, Rogue Val, of course, did come out a couple weeks ago, so we may see Rogue Val. But we do see a Kyra pick coming out, like I said, from LFC. So the first ban was Val and Kraken, and we have Kyra on deck. So they're probably going to take Hank and Sunny. up next. They don't know what monster he's going to play, though. I would guess Goliath.
Considering how that last game went, I'd say Meteor Goliath or Goliath. Knowing Fresh, I'd say he's probably leaning towards Meteor Goliath, just because he likes the dot damage, because it helps burn through shields at the same time as dealing damage, so you can hit